William Ruto's objective is not to serve for 2 terms. It is to use the time that God will give him in office to bring transformative programs in 1, 2, 3 areas and then leave so that other people can come and take Kenya forward. As his principal assistant, that is my objective too, to support him. So msikuja kututisha na 1 term, my friend. Mimi kwanza nimekuwa DP 89 days ni mingi. Yeah, nikitoka nitakuwa nimekuwa deputy president. Listi kisomo hata mimi nitakuwa hapo. Unatishwa na mambo kidogo hapa, sijui 2027 who will be the running mate, mambo ya upuzi. Useless. Na greed, that's what greed does to leaders. Yeah. Ile nyama inakujonga ni ile iko kwa sahani. Yeah. You get something and the next thing you're there scheming, I don't know doing what, harassing everybody. My friend, nani alikuambia hata tutakuwa ile? You don't know, so please. So sisi tuko focus. Na kama unatutisha na 1 term, tafuta another threat. Even 1 term is okay. Yeah, it's no problem. But the issue is, after that 1 term, what will he say? If William Ruto will say, at the end of my first term, I have moved the people insured with a health card from 9 million to 40 million, he will be a successful Kenyan. Sindio? Yeah, so sisi tuko hapo. Then we also want to do educational reforms because education is what runs the entire country. It's the software that runs the country. And we have issues. The CBC had some issues when we were campaigning. Many parents were saying, scrap CBC. So we had to do some adjustment, and I'm grateful to the scholars and the people who were in the Presidential Working Party. They have relooked at some of the proposals. CBC now is fairly getting steady. But we have issues with the university funding model. Many universities were almost becoming bankrupt. We came with a new model. There are some more issues in court. We are even adjusting for the September intake to take on board the suggestions that have been given. If you talk to many vice chancellors today, they will tell you this current proposal from Kenya Kwanza is more stable to the university than what we used to have before. There are some gaps. We are adjusting those gaps. The same with health. There are some gaps in Taifa Care, but we are adjusting those gaps along the way. And let me tell you, good people, it is better to have an imperfect health coverage for every Kenyan than no coverage at all. Sinamna hiyo? If every Kenyan has a card, maybe as insurance, maybe it is not perfect. Because all human enterprises are not perfect. But that's a better conversation, how we can perfect it, than millions of our people begging alms, literally begging. And their leaders spending their entire whatever they have. Some even go into their businesses to fund medical harambes. So, the reason we are focused on Taifa Care, housing, reviving these sectors, I have said, macroeconomic stability, support infrastructure. The reason is because they will transform Kenya. They will make Kenya better than we found it 2 years ago. Many more people will have bearable living conditions than they were when we took over. If in the process we suffer popularity consequences, so be it. I conclude by saying, sasa nyinyi mnatoka Tharaka Nithi. Deputy President of Kenya alizaliwa hapo. Please, I have no power to whatever you decide is within your power. Maybe elsewhere I have some power, I have some leverage, but at home I have no power. Because you are my neighbors, you are my relatives. So you decide. Nyinyi decide. You decide. Mimi I cannot come there now at the campaign center yangu ni Marimandi. By the time utoke hapo ufike Sigalagala ama Lungalunga ama sijui Kor. So nyinyi mimi naomba kwa heshima munisaidie. Muniombee jameni. Muniombee. Muombe rais. Muombe rais and don't be cheated by anybody. What is the alternative? Kalonzo and Wajakoya? Ati serikali tulitafuta kwa jasho miaka mingi. Mimi I've been around President Ruto for 18 years. All my youth have been around that man. Today is the president. He is the only man between me and the whole country. Then I start sabotaging him. Ati nianze kumchimba? Takuwa mchinga wa mwisho. So we will do whatever it takes. Mimi naomba tu kwa heshima because you know I can't sasa kina Kithoka au ni watu ya nyumbani, kina Gaturo, umeona hapa, watu ya home. Naona watu ya home hapa kina Anita. Sasa sitaki tukuje tusukumane hapo nyumbani please. Please, sitaki. And also be careful what you say, especially the things you put on social media. Because the whole country now is watching you. If you speak thinking you are an MCA, nobody knows you. The fact that you are an MCA from Tharaka Nithi, the whole country wants to hear what is the MCA from Tharaka Nithi saying. Sinamna hiyo? Na wanasema Tharaka Nithi kule kwa deputy president. Sindio? So please, in a home huwezi kosa kukosana. Tunatafuta viti hapa, tunapinga sijui nani, tunataka hii kiti na tuko wengi, mnavurugana hapo. Lakini sasa hapa juu tuwe careful tusiharibu. Na tuwe careful vile tunaongea because majirani na watu wa Kenya wanaangalia. Huyu mwenzangu alitolewa kwa kiti kwa kuongea mambo ya nyumbani kasoro hekima. Hakuna mtu aongeangi mambo ya nyumbani, lakini kwa heshima, kwa hekima, kwa hekima. So don't push me. Ati tunataka deputy president tutangazie. So unataka nikae hapo niseme mimi napenda sana mlima, sijui napenda na kanisa bana. I've told you Kibaki never even spoke Kikuyu. Not once. If you try to talk Kikuyu to Kibaki, he would have slapped you. Yet, he is the person who impacted on Kenya and on the economy of central Kenya most consequentially than any other president. Napenda nyinyi, nawapenda. Hujajenga choo, hujajenga barabara, hujaita watu kuongea mambo ya ndengu ama majani chai, haujazungumzia chochote. Nawapenda sana. Au wengine ni komerera. Nimwambia huyu mtu nikamwambia wacha kupigana na wabunge. Watakuumiza. Those are, you know. Sasa unajua nikiona Murugara anataka kuniharibia ama Pato. What I will do, nitamuita pole pole. Si Pato ni kijana yangu. Tukiwa na Njoke hapa. Tamwambia sasa please Pato tumetoka mbali. Unajua please as your father usinitoe nguo mbele ya watu. Lakini nikianza kumuita komerera atika kunia. Amepata barabara ya kuteremkia. Na ni mteremko, amepata mtu mkubwa wa kupigana naye. I'm telling you. Bana. Ati sasa mtu ya Tharaka Nithi ndiye anaenda hapo kusema ati hatutaki nani. I will feel very hopeless. So nikiona kinaumana, sinajua hao watu wote. Kama ni mama, my mother there Gatiria, namwambia najua nimekukosea lakini mama hata kama unachapa kijana ni pole pole. wakati tuko kuna kamera, kuna yeah, so naomba tuhifadhi. Me, I'm not saying you should not compete. In fact, the pressure you put on me now and in the future is how those who will not get seats, how we will accommodate them in government. And I've already seen some of them hapa. That is the pressure I want. Lakini sio kwa mtandao. Ukiweka kwa mtandao tunakozana. Kwa sababu sasa uko pamoja na maadui wangu. Ule ako kwa mtandao ni adui. So ukiingia huko tunapita na wewe huko. Yes. But the healthy thing is to say, you know, tuko na viongozi wetu, where can we fix this one? How do we support this area? Na tujue Kenya to take the country forward, and that's the heavy task President Ruto has. He needs to carry the entire country. He needs to be the father figure of the whole nation. Every part of Kenya needs to feel him and have benefits from his administration. So nataka nikomee hapo na washukuru sana. Mimi leo ni siku ya Tharaka Nithi. We are going to proceed as follows. We are going to take a short break. But we will take the short break for 10 minutes. We take a cup of tea.